Hey guys, Jimmy Yin here, the acupuncture guy with Achieve Integrative Health, and coming at you with another daily power tips today. Today's Wednesday, so we're going to talk about Wisdom Wednesday. And I was watching a clip, probably on Instagram or on Facebook, and the clip was about how to get smarter, and it's actually from this guy named Jim Kwik. And so Jim Kwik is, he's got all these strategies on how to improve your memory, how to improve your brain function, and one of the tips that he gave was, the 10 tips to improve your brain memory, to improve your brain functioning, your mental acuity, and how to memorize it. And it was pretty cool because my memory typically is pretty terrible, but using his strategy, it actually worked, and I still remember everything. And so I'm gonna go. He said 10 tips, but today I'm gonna go over 5, and then I'll go over the next 5 next week. But I'm gonna throw my little twist into it, because there are some things that traditional Chinese medicine actually adds to it that may even enhance what he was talking about. But the first thing is, let's talk about the first 5 things. So the first 5 things is, number 1, brain foods, right? You want to increase your number of brain foods. If you feed your body, if you feed your brain the right nutrition, guess what? It's going to perform very peak and optimal ability. But if you feed it junk, guess what? You're going to feel like junk. Your brain's going to feel like brain fog. You're going to feel like you can't think, you can't focus. We have too much of that these days. And so one of the number 1 culprits is you're not inputting the correct brain foods. You need to input the correct foods. So foods like healthy fats, avocados, foods like walnuts. The reason why walnuts, thousands of years ago, 3,000 years ago, they found that the walnuts actually benefit the brain was because, look at it, the walnut looks like a brain itself. So anything that looks like a brain is going to benefit your brain, right? That's how nature works. God created this earth perfectly. We just need to identify and learn how to use what God created, right? So brain foods are very important. The second thing is mindset. What you think, how you think. We have a lot of self-doubt, self-negativism. What you think that you can't do it. If you can't, the comedian, I forgot the comedian. He's like, if you think you can, you can. He's like, but if you anyways, off topic. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. So that's the thing with mindset. If you think that you're not going to be able to do something, then guess you're always going to be right. So the key is to switch your brain, your subconscious, to think you can do anything. You can do everything. Everything is possible. Like I said, everything is achievable, right? And so you have to switch that mindset. If you can switch that mindset, then it will happen. Because it starts up here. If you can change what's getting, this is like the program. This is writing the program for the rest of your body. If you can start writing a program that basically says you can do everything, you can achieve everything, then that will translate to the rest of your body, right? Your body will catch up. But if you write the wrong program, if you write the program, the first thing you do in the morning is like, oh man, I don't want to go to work. That's the program you're writing for the rest of the day. So guess what? The rest of the day is going to be like crappy, right? But if you wake up and you're like, man, I'm going to write the program to this is going to be an awesome day. I'm going to help a lot of people today. If you write that program, that's going to change your physiology, which will change your rest of the day, right? So it starts by day. And guess what? When you accumulate these days of day by day that you can, and you will, before sooner or later, you're going to look a year back and you'll be like, oh wow, look at how much I've achieved. Look at how many people I've helped. That's the key. That's one of the strength of the mindset. The third thing is exercise, right? Why is exercise so important? Exercise is important because the number 1 nutrient in our body, the number 1 nutrient every cell in our body needs is oxygen. Exercise increases your absorption of oxygen. Without oxygen, you can't survive. So that's why it's vitally important for exercise. Nutrition. This is kind of a, I don't think this is a mandatory thing. I think it's a supplement. Nutrition is basically supplements, getting supplements, right? The ginkgo biloba is getting such a huge, play on, it's going to increase the mental acuity, right? There's so-and-so test. Well, actually, ginkgo biloba was never used for mental clarity, mental function 3,000 years ago. It was actually used for the respiratory system. It was actually used for, someone who has a cough. But if you think about it, if we improve the respiratory system, that means we're going to increase oxygen intake, which will increase our brain, the nutrition, the food for our brain that our brain needs, right? There are other nutrition, like omega-3s that are very good. These are healthy fats. Our brain needs fat. It needs lots of fat, okay? Not KFC fat, it needs healthy fats. And nutrition, you can supplement, but it's a supplement. It is not to replace brain food. You need the brain food first, and then the supplement nutrition next, okay? And the last is a clean environment. Not the last, but the last for today is a clean environment. You need to have a clean environment. If your space, your house is messy, your brain's gonna be messy. If you go to work and your desk is messy, that's the type of day you're gonna have. You're gonna have a messy day. If you are not organized, if your environment is not organized, your whole life is not gonna be organized. So it starts with your space. Fix your space. Stop worrying about your neighbor's space. Stop complaining and criticizing your neighbor's space. Focus on your space. Clean your space. Have your space clean, neat, organized. Because what your brain sees, your eye sees, it sends messages to your brain to send a program, and it's programming to send, am I going to have a organized, clean environment today that I can work and produce? But if you have it all messy, everything's all around, then that's the type of day, that's what's going into your brain. Your brain is like all messy and all around, and you lack focus. If you ever thought about, hey, I can't focus, hey, why don't you do one thing? Do one thing, clean up your desk, clean up your house, clean up your room, clean up your bed. I saw on a Facebook, there was this Marine, he was saying that there's a reason why people in the military, the first thing they do is they make their bed, right? Not only, he said for other reasons, but one of the reasons is you make your bed, you clean. You start off with a clean environment, a clean, organized environment. That's how you're starting your day. If you don't make your bed, then you're starting off with chaos. No wonder it's like once you start going around about your day, everything is chaotic, right? But if you can just do this one thing, clean your space, clean your bed, clean your house, clean your workspace. That's the key. Too often, I'm driving out my neighborhood and I see these garages, the garage doors open, and I see junk piled in these garages, right? And it's, that's not a organized environment. If you're going home to that every single day, guess what? You're gonna be frustrated. You go home and you see all this junk everywhere, you're gonna be frustrated. Why not clean your environment, organize your environment, so that when you go home, you actually see, hey, a clean environment. Just think about it. What would you rather have? What would change your mood? Going home to an environment that's clean, or going home to an environment that's messy as hell, right? Which one's going to actually put a more positive mindset? Which one's going to create a more negative mindset, right? Or frustration. So a simple act as cleaning your environment is very clean. And that also goes to cleaning the air that you breathe. We have an air purifier in every single inch of our clinic. Okay? There's a reason why. It's not just for COVID. It's also to make sure all of our patients get clean air, clean oxygen, right? And so we have UV filters, we have HEPA filters. We are making sure we are getting rid of any toxins, because people basically wear perfume or any type of sprays, and you want to get rid of that stuff, right? So clean air is also very important. Clean water is also very important. We have a Berkey in our office, and the Berkey is one of the best filters, right? So the clean environment, clean house, clean car. Okay, I know a lot of people have messy cars. You have a messy car, you go into there, that's why you're gonna drive erratic. That's why you're gonna be all, you're gonna have road rage, right? Have a clean environment, clean space, clean everything, right? So these are the first 5 tips. Next week, I'm gonna go over the next 5 tips with my own twist on it. All right, guys? This is Jimmy Yen from Achieve Integrative Health. As always, comment, like, share this post with your friends and family, and remember, everything in life is achievable. So let's go out and make it happen.